Imagine this. You're part of a small, feared minority. People whisper your name in secret. You meet quietly in homes. And if the wrong person hears you praying, you can disappear. Now imagine the person hunting you isn't a stranger. He's educated, respected, zealous, and convinced he's doing God a favor. That man was Saul, later known as Paul. And his story is one of the most shocking transformations in the Bible. 0 o'clock to 1:10. The hunter before Paul became a preacher. He was a pursuer. Saul was raised as a strict religious man. He was trained under top teachers of his time. He knew the laws, he knew the rules, he knew the traditions. And he believed with all his heart that this new movement, people following Jesus, was dangerous. To Saul, Christians weren't just wrong, they were a threat, a spiritual virus, a rebellion that needed to be crushed. So he didn't argue with them only, he went after them. He supported arrests, he supported beatings. And the Bible even shows him present during the killing of Stephen, one of the first Christian martyrs, standing there while others threw stones, approving it. Saul wasn't confused. He wasn't half-hearted, he was committed. 1:10 to 2:30, the mission to destroy Saul's anger didn't cool down. It grew hotter. He went to religious authorities and asked for official letters permission to travel and arrest Christians, even outside Jerusalem. That's how serious it was. His next target was Damascus. Damascus wasn't a small town, it was a major city. And Christians had fled there, thinking distance would protect them. But Saul was coming. Picture him on the road, confident, determined, surrounded by men, carrying authority papers. He's not coming to debate, he's coming to drag people out of houses. And he believes heaven is smiling at his mission. Then everything changes. As Saul approaches Damascus, something happens that no one on that road forgets. A sudden light brighter than the sun explodes around him. He falls, not politely, not gently. He crashes to the ground, and then he hears a voice. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? Saul is shaken, confused, fearful. He asks, Who are you, Lord? And the answer hits him like thunder. I am Jesus, the one you are persecuting. Imagine the shock. Saul thought Jesus was dead, finished, a false teacher. But now Jesus speaks with authority, alive, present, powerful. In one moment, Saul's entire world collapses. His confidence? Gone. His mission? Broken. His identity? Shaking. And then Saul stands up and realizes he can't see. He is blind. The hunter is now helpless. His men have to lead him by the hand into Damascus. The man who came to arrest believers arrives unable to even find his way. And for 3 days, Saul sits in darkness. No food, no drink, just silence, fear, and thinking. 4:40 to 6:20, the man Saul came to hurt becomes the one who helps him. Now, here's where the story gets even more powerful. In Damascus, there's a Christian named Ananias. And God speaks to Ananias in a vision. Go to Saul, he's praying. Ananias is like, wait, Saul? The man who arrests people? That's Saul? And God basically says, yes, go. I have chosen him. This is one of the hardest commands in the Bible, because it's easy to forgive people who say sorry. But Saul didn't just insult Christians, he hunted them. Yet Ananias goes anyway. He enters the house. He finds the feared man sitting in darkness. And the first words Ananias speaks are not judgment. He says, Brother Saul. Brother, that one word is mercy. Then Ananias prays for him, and something like scales falls from Saul's eyes. Saul can see again. He gets up, he is baptized, and he starts eating. But more importantly, he starts changing. 6:20 to 8:25, from enemy to witness. Now remember, Saul came to Damascus to destroy Christians. But soon after, he starts preaching in the synagogues. Jesus is the Son of God. The same mouth that threatened Christians now testifies about Christ. People are shocked. They ask, isn't this the man who caused destruction in Jerusalem? The man who dragged believers to prison? Yes, that's why it's so powerful. Because this isn't a small improvement story. This is a full identity shift. Saul becomes Paul, the one who will travel city to city, facing danger, prison, beatings, rejection, shipwrecks, hunger, all to spread the message he once tried to erase. And what's even more intense, Paul doesn't hide his past. He admits it openly. I persecuted the church. I was violent. I was wrong. But then he says something that changes the whole meaning of his story. God used his brokenness as proof that grace is real. Paul becomes living evidence that no one is too far gone. 8:25 to 10 o'clock, the lesson. God can rewrite any story. So what do we learn from Paul's story? First, zeal without truth can become dangerous. Saul was passionate but misdirected. He had fire, but it was burning the wrong thing. Second, your worst chapter doesn't have to be your final chapter. Paul didn't just improve, he transformed. Third, sometimes God stops you to save you. Saul was moving fast, sure of himself, so God met him on the road and shut everything down. The blindness wasn't just punishment, it was a reset. And finally, grace is not for perfect people. Grace is for the honest, for the broken, for the ones who realize, I was wrong, but I'm willing to change. Paul hunted Christians, then became one. And if God can turn a persecutor into a preacher, he can turn your pain into purpose, your mistakes into a message, and your past into a testimony. So here's the question. What if the thing you're most ashamed of becomes the very thing God uses to change others?